Hello. I had a really satisfying day today. Today's the first day of 2013, or yeah, New Year's Day, and I went with Donovan, Vu, Ewan, and Chai to watch The Hobbit Unexpected Journey. I've already seen it, but I've, I after seeing it, I've seen it twice already, and I really wanted to see it again. Like I just because I love the movie, and I just when you really like a movie, sometimes you really want to see it again, and I wanted to see it again, and I wanted to wait until these guys went to watch it, and so I was kind of like they were waiting. But this is going to be a long video, so don't have to watch it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, Donovan, he went to China, and when he came back, they were all going to watch The Hobbit, and he just came back on Friday, and as soon as he came back, I was thinking, oh, cool, when are we going to watch The Hobbit and stuff like that. So today we organised to watch it, and we went to see it during the day at Knox. The weather was nice, and as soon as I woke up in the morning, I was really excited to watch it again. Like just as excited as the first time I went to see it. Yeah, there's a few cool things about the experience today, but I'll just start with whatever. Yeah, like today's the third time I've watched it, and the cool thing was I still love it. Like, and I notice more little details each time, like when I watch it, and it's interesting because some movies I love it when I first see it, but then on the second viewing and the third viewing, each time I like it less because I know what's going to happen and stuff like that. But with Lord of the Rings movies, it doesn't happen. Like, Lord of the Rings, I've seen it so many times, and I still, after a bit of a break, when I watch it again, I still love it because there's some things that I love about it. It's just, it doesn't get old seeing it. Like, the things like the courage and things like that of the characters, and just the beauty of it all, and the acting, stuff like that. But yeah, I just loved how it's just like the first time I watched it. I mean, with all the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies, after I've seen it once through, like the next few times I watch it, it's good because I can just relax and enjoy it because I know what's going to happen next. Like I know what's coming up, and I can just enjoy the each scene and each build up and stuff. And I appreciate it more, and I just love it. Yeah, I made a video earlier on, like doing a review of the Hobbit movie, but the problem with doing a review video, as much as I love doing it, it just means I can't talk about it much at all because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. So this video is fully like spoilery, like because I just want to do this video just to talk about like how I feel about the movie and stuff. So, which is great. It's great fun, but yeah. Let's just talk about. Okay, off the top of my head, watching it this time, the things that really stand out to me a lot, is how cool and awesome and inspiring Thorin Oakenshield is, and Bilbo Baggins is. Like, I love those two characters. If I had to pick some characters as my favourite characters in The Hobbit, I would pick Thorin Oakenshield and Bilbo Baggins. Probably Bilbo first and Thorin, but very close. Like, Thorin is just... I love... Like, here's a line that he said that he was talking to... is it Balin? Balin, the old dwarf? And Balin said, you've set up a good life for us, it's better than any gold and stuff. And then he said, this key was handed down to me from the grandfather to his father to me. He goes, I have no choice. Like, he's got to go back and try to reclaim his Erebor, the home that they lost to Smaug, the dragon. That was so good. Other things I really loved, other just lines that I love is like when they said something like, we're not warriors, we're like, the dwarves saying that we're not like warriors and stuff, and we're like whatever, something else. And Thorin said, I would take each and every one of these dwarves over an army from the Iron Hills, because when I called, they came, and I just love that line. Like, these dwarves, they're like, he's not a king, I mean, like, he's a king, but he has no land, their home is gone. So basically, the Goblin King summed it up by saying he's not a king, he doesn't have a mountain anymore. He's not a king anymore. So basically, he's nothing. But they still follow him because of it's these dwarves. They're following him. They don't have to follow him. They could just live their peaceful lives, not doing it. But he wants to do this, and they came along. There's 13 dwarves, and I just really admire that core quest of them trying to get back their home, and against all odds, and I love it. A scene that I really love with Thorin at the end is when they're up in the trees, and then Thorin sees that, is it a sock or something, the white pale orc, and he sees it, and he's like, oh my god, and like he thought a sock was dead, and then everything's going to crap, and there's all these orcs and their wargs, the dogs that they ride, and Thorin just jumps out of the tree, walks towards the pale orc, and just because he wants to fight him, and I just love that scene so much, and it's realistic in a way that like the orc just takes him out and knocks him about, but the fact that Thorin actually went down there to face him, and it was so cool. And the bit afterwards is the part I love as well. I love it. Bilbo, who's this like gentle, hobbit who never used a sword before, and he just spared Gollum. But then when when Thorin is who isn't even that nice to him, Thorin isn't that nice to him, but Thorin is being pinned down by and about to die, about to get killed. Bilbo just grabs Sting, his sword, runs out, and then tackles the orc that was about to kill Thorin, and he stabs him and stuff, and it's just amazing. I love it. Bilbo, when he did that, I was like, whoa, he's so cool. Like just amazing. That's one of those things I really, really love. Another thing I love is when Bilbo said, when he came back, they thought after the goblin bit, they couldn't find Bilbo, and then Thorin was like, oh, Bilbo's run off, and then Bilbo, he could have run off, he heard that, and they were saying these things about him when he, behind his back sort of, but he didn't. He just showed up and he said, I'm gonna come with you guys and help. And he said, they said, why are you coming with us? And he goes, I am homesick. My home is this cozy little hobbit hole. He goes, but you guys don't have a home, and so he's going to do what he can to help them get their home back. I love that. It's so cool. Just another thing I'm just going to come up with them whenever I can think of it. Just little details, like when the eagles come to save them, it was so cool. Like, it's just awesome to look at, like stunning to look at. Some scenes like where they were flying past the sunset and there's a whole bunch of eagles. Looks so good. Another little detail I love is like when the eagles pick up the dwarves and Thorin. One scene where you see them flying and there's claws, and they're holding onto Thorin, and then one claw just relaxes a little bit and then clamps back again. Just those little details, like it looks like the claws are really gentle with it, and like when you're holding something and eventually you get a bit tired, sometimes you'll just move your hand a little bit. I think that, to me, it felt like that's what was happening. Just those little details is what I love. The riddle scene with Gollum, Smeagol was so good. It was just so intense. The acting and the animation of Gollum by Andy Serkis and the animators, it was so good. So good. It's incredible. It was so intense. The scene where they're escaping the goblins, the dwarves, it's so much fun. Like, it's chaos, like things are happening, but it's just fun. Like the stuff they do, bridges are collapsing, and it's just so much fun, that scene, and it's just great. I love the scene where they go to Rivendell and they have that little meeting with Galadriel, Elrond, Saruman, Gandalf. It's just looks beautiful, like the sunset in the background. Also, I've got that actually as my cover photo for Facebook. It's a scene where you got the arch and there's like this, I don't know, yellowy pink sunset. I don't know what color it is, but there's Galadriel and Gandalf standing there. That's my cover photo in Facebook, and I just like that picture. It looks so nice, and it just evokes like a fantasy feeling, and like a lot of, and it's like not even a painting, it's real people standing there. It just looks so good, so nice. The whole, this is beautiful, that scene. Galadriel looks really good in this one. Kate Blanchett, I just really like how she looks. She looks really pretty in this one. Even I think she looks better than she did in the Lord of the Rings one. She just looks great. I really like it, and I like how she was, her character in this one, where she did the whole reading minds and talking to get Gandalf his head and stuff, and also how she was like, she knew he was hiding something, or she knew the doors were leaving and she didn't say anything, and how she said, if you ever need any help, just call me, you know, she'll help. I mean, I liked her character a lot in that. She was cool as. What else? Okay. Yeah, the intro is brilliant. It's so good, like with Bilbo and Frodo. I love it how Peter Jackson did that. Just it's for people who love Lord of the Rings. It's so good. It's like seeing old friends again, basically, and just seeing them. You know, another little bit extra scene just to bridge the gap between Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. So good. Even like Frodo is holding his book that he's gonna go read, and in the scene where Gandalf comes, he's reading a book. So good. Okay, now, the music's so good. Love it. This song, Misty Mountains, Cold or something. I love it. When I saw the scene where the Hobbit, the dwarves are singing that, I just imagined like it's real, like this really happened and we get to see it. Like these dwarves, there's so much feeling in that song. Like it's like Tolkien wrote these words and now we get to see it, and it's not. To me, it doesn't feel like acting or a movie. It just feels like the words in the song. It's just real. It just I love it. Yeah, I love that. It's really good. I like that song. Even the song that played at the end credits by Neil Finn, it sounds really good as well. Like I really liked it. I think, yeah. What else? Okay, another really interesting aspect of today that I really enjoyed was the fact that Ewan, one of my friends, Ewan, she last year or so, she was a person who was like, oh no, Lord of the Rings, I don't want to watch that. She fell asleep during Lord of the Rings. She hated it. She couldn't think of anything worse than having to watch the Lord of the Rings because, you know, she couldn't understand it. She's not into fantasy and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but, you know, like, whenever we talk about Lord of the Rings, she might, I don't know, I think, yeah, I didn't mind it because she's awesome. She's, like, so awesome. So I just, like, because I know a lot of people don't like everything, like, so, you know, if someone doesn't like Lord of the Rings, I can understand, but the cool thing was just recently she started reading The Hobbit for some reason. I don't know, because she likes to read books, and she actually really said she really liked The Hobbit. She was reading it and she got really into it, and so she really enjoyed it. She really enjoyed The Hobbit, and so as soon as I heard that, I was really happy and stuff, and I was really excited to see what she thought of the movie. I kind of knew that she would like it because, you know, she likes the books, and the movie is such a good movie, you know, and such a great adaptation of the book. And I was really interested today, like, for two reasons. Like, I mean, I was excited today for two reasons. One, for me seeing it again, because I was busting to see it again. I just wanted to see it again. And also for her to see it and just to see what she thought of it. And at the end of the movie, I asked her what she thought of it, and she said she loved it, and it was so cool. I'm so glad. Like, it's great when you have a friend who isn't into certain thing that you like, and all of a sudden they are into it, it's just great because then you got an extra person to talk to about it and stuff. And the cool thing is she knows so much about the Hobbit because she's read the book. And I read the book in primary school and also in high school, but it's been a long time since I read it. And I've forgotten most of it except for just some general things that happen in the storyline. I remember bits and pieces and stuff. But she read it, and she was saying after the movie, like, oh, the bit about the silver spoons, how Bilbo was talking about the silver spoon. She was saying how in the book she was laughing because that was referring to something that happened when Bilbo came back after 1 year. One of these people, was it the Sackville Baggins? I don't know who it was. But they were auctioning off his stuff, and I think they took his spoons or something. They sold his spoons or something. Yeah, things like that. And also later on in the day, we were talking about dwarves and stuff, and she said, may your beard ever grow longer. And it sounded familiar when she said it, and I go, is that from the book? And she's like, yeah, they say that in the book. So it's so cool, and she just liked it. Because I know she likes a lot of stuff like antique furniture and stuff like that, and so I knew she would appreciate in this movie how things look so good, and they took so much detail, put so much detail into it, and it was just an exciting movie as well to watch as well. Like, oh, so good, so well done. Peter Jackson is amazing. Like now, so I've talked about a long time, and I think I've said the main things. Oh yeah, Chai watched it with us as well. I'm glad that, and she liked it too. And she really liked Thorin as well, and because she loved Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings movies, and now she loves Thorin. So that's kind of cool as well. That, you know, because as a guy I can't really realize who's cool and stuff, but Thorin, yeah, she likes him a lot. Yeah, he's a really cool character. I really like Thorin. Oh, how cool is it that he's got that? Because I knew his name was Thorin Oakenshield, but I never knew he actually had a shield that was made of oak. Because he's fighting that pale goblin guy, and he actually used this like wood oaken piece of wood, and I think that's so cool. Like that he actually uses it, and he still uses it. Like, oh, that is cool as. Oh, the weapons are cool. Like, was it Foe Hammer? The Goblin Cleaver. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called. But and Sting. Those weapons are cool. And Gandalf when he came to their rescue at in the Goblin part, and he did I don't know, and everything. Oh, how epic was that? And that's cool because it's similar to I remember reading Lord of the Rings, and there were some scenes where Gandalf showed up, and it was as cool as that. Like the doors would open, and there would be the White Rider, Gandalf. So, that's so cool. One thing we kind of wish, although it would never, can't happen now, but I wish J.R.R. Tolkien would be alive to see these movies, because I think he would really like it, like just to see it. But it's not possible. But it would be. I reckon he would really like it just to see this come to life. Although he probably can imagine all this in his head. But yeah, I think he would like it. So that's another thing I thought of. There's more that I want to talk about, but just trying to think. Yeah, I think that's the gist. I cannot wait for the second and third parts. I can't wait because I know it's going to be epic. Epic. This first part was already epic, and there's stuff coming up. I know there's going to be stuff coming up. Like, this is a spoilery video anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, about the second one is probably about the dragon and the fight with the dragon, and the third one is probably the battle of the 5 armies. So it's going to be huge. I just hope, and I know it'll be good. So it's going to be so good, all 3 of them put together to make one movie at the end. So, I think I've said most of the things I wanted to say. Hopefully that's it. But I've enjoyed talking about it. Because, the review is, I don't really want to say anything in case it just spoils. I'd hate for it to spoil anything for anybody. But this video was fun to do because I just wanted to put down my thoughts that I love it. It's such a fun adventure. Like, I always say my favorite types of movies are adventure movies because, just adventure no matter where it's set. But this is, probably one of the best adventure movies I could ever watch. It's just so good. It's really an adventure. pure fun adventure. That's so good. Just want to say Martin Freeman's awesome as Bilbo. Awesome. So perfect. I think I'll finish up the video there, and I just want to say that The Hobbit is fantastic. I love the movie Hobbit Unexpected Journey.